Hello and welcome to Please Don't Send Me Into Outer Space, the podcast intent on exploring all that science fiction and fantasy has to offer, one movie at a time. My name is Joel.
My name is Sarah.
My name is Aaron. Oh, is that Joel? Is your microphone glowing?
Oh yeah, it is. It's really weird. I don't like that it's glowing like this. What is it? Oh, it's trying to tell me I've got a message from space. Message from space from 1978, that is.
Oh.
Directed by Kinji Fukasaku.
Kenji's a cool name.
Yeah.
Starring Vic Morrow, Sonny Chiba, Philip Castanoff, Peggy Lee Brennan, Etsuko Shiomi, Tetsuro Tanba. There's like 100 characters in this movie, so I'm not going to go through it, but because we're not. The problem with the movie is that we're not going to remember anybody's names.
Yeah.
It's not because we watched it a week ago, which we did. It's because
There's too many people.
There's so many characters in this movie.
like when you think of Star Wars, which is a knockoff of it, you do have a lot of characters, kind of. The important ones, you got the big baddie, Vader. I don't know what the name of the big baddie in this one is.
Yeah, I don't either.
All I know is he's got an old lady in a wheelchair that... It's good.
She's using a crazy fossilized bone wheelchair, yeah.
And spoiler for real life, that was actually a man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Wow. No, it's some good acting.
Yeah, I believe it.
I thought it was a
he was an
evil
old lady.
grandma.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I gotta check Rita Repulsa. Who knows?
It's like all the kabuki actors and like the Beijing opera, like they were all men.
True.
Probably some old like actor from that style of...
Oh, they fell through a time warp from the kabuki era.
No, I'm just saying they may have been trained in that and they
I
were
see.
like, yeah, I can do the old lady in a wheelchair.
The old lady we hired died. Get this guy in makeup.
From what I do remember, though, they were the metal-skinned race from Uranus, right? Was that?
What did you just say to me?
I believe that the evil bad people,
Bad guys,
or
yeah.
the bad guys,
The strong bads were...
yes, the strong bads of this film
Okay.
are the evil metal-skinned race
Metal skin race. Okay, got
from
that.
Uranus.
This is a family podcast. You can't say things like planet names on this podcast. I don't want to hear anything about the J word, the M word, the E word, and you can say Pluto because that's not a planet anymore. You know, that's fine.
This is an Earth Pride movie.
Oh, yeah. You know, where most movies dare to go out into space, this one's like, the galaxy's okay.
We've been out here, but what's this Earth planet?
That's
It's so
right.
nice.
The most beautiful planet I've ever seen. Yeah. During that death montage, which was straight out of Soylent Green.
There's so much, like, world building, too. Like,
Oh yeah,
there's these people, and they don't like these people, and then there's those people, and there's these groups, and there's, a collection of... It is kind of like an adventure, a group of people coming together, like the Fellowship of the Ring or something.
totally. I felt like it was definitely a very Fellowship of the Ring movie as well.
Band of adventurers.
I mean, you picked this movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I
Well,
mean, it's not really, but we're not really doing picks anymore, but you did pick this because you
Yeah.
had like an affection for it.
Supplies. I did it. It's me.
Yeah.
I picked it.
I'd seen it before too, but
Yeah, but no, my mom recorded this off of television for me.
oh,
I had
Oh,
this on
cool.
VHS tape as a kid.
the Home Shopping Network
Mm-hmm.
showed Message from Space for some reason. It was weird.
Oh yeah, it's because late '90s. I was probably watching the Home Shopping Network, and there was actually a comic book that popped up on there once.
That's cool.
What kind of comic book?
Oh, it was DC Comics Robin #1.
Oh my god.
We're talking about the embossed cover.
It's like Chuck Dixon or something like that.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we have to take a break from the podcast. Somebody needs to take the pizza out of the oven.
Time out.
I'm not going to stop recording, though, because,
Okay.
just...
That's fine, Joel.
So, me and Sarah got tickets to go see Captain Marvel on Thursday.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be there with the rest of the feminists. I don't know what you're doing, man lover.
On Thursday, I'll be running a Dungeons & Dragons game for all the people that hate women, I guess.
Boring. Oh, yeah. your no ma'am meeting. I was about to say your NAMBLA meeting, but that is something way different. Don't have a NAMBLA meeting. We now return to our regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
So my mom recorded this movie on VHS, and that's how I watched it as a kid.
I mean, was it a favorite of yours? How many times were we putting into this thing?
Not that much. I would say I've probably seen this maybe 3 times. But I have to say that it. I mean, being a kid and really watching this movie was pretty amazing.
Ooh.
Like I was obsessed with Star Wars at the time, so I just thought it was really rad. The spaceships, the battles, the sets, the costumes, Vic Morrow. I mean,
Just
anything
Studley, Vic Morrow.
everything a 9-year-old wants in their life, you know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I see. Yeah. American representation, and you're like, that's me on the screen. Amazing.
Yeah, I could really connect with that, like, giving your robot a funeral, giving up your career,
Right.
sitting in the bar getting drunk, lifestyle.
Yeah,
that he
these
was.
costume changes he had. He went from being like the like
general.
trucker on the road to like the general.
He put on that dignitary clothing when he went up to actually speak to the head honcho of the metal people.
Yes.
He's got like that Napoleon-style hat, like, I'm here to represent Earth, and we don't like you.
It was so rad.
Yeah, no one else changed costumes, as far as I can remember.
Maybe he requested it.
It's in his contract.
Yeah.
Or he just walked off of other movie sets. It's like,
Oh,
this is
that
what I was
works
wearing
too.
today.
That works too.
Oh, we can figure something out about this. Don't worry. So the story
Yeah.
of Message from Space, which I think is kind of I guess the walnuts or whatever, the space walnuts are the message from space.
Yes, that is supposed to be from the planet Julica.
Julica. Thought it was Uranus.
No, I was wrong.
Okay, well,
I was wrong.
thanks for showing that to me.
It's an unclear message from space because nobody knows what it means.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you shoot your space nuts out there into the universe, right? To like try to find the chosen ones, and then you take your space boat to go find those nuts.
They're relatively magic. They're not that magical, you know.
Okay.
It's like these 8 special things will go out and find the saviors of our planet, which that's not what happened. I mean, they saved the people after most of them were killed by explosions and planetary destruction and
front Jimmy flips and back flips.
yeah. Just the casualist, the most casual of assault would result in a backflip by any of the congregation.
That's true.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got those acrobats, you got to use them.
That's true.
No, not only do the nuts, they magically appear in people, although they. I'm sorry, the two space idiots who are racing their ships. Those
Are
space
Evil
nuts,
Knievel? Are Evil Knievel a duo?
Yeah. The space nuts caused them to crash into the planet. So it's like, well, okay, well, because they like check in their engine compartments and they bring out the nut, and it doesn't do anything at first. Like they're not. I think we still hear the music though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's not glowing until later. Ken and Ryu. Let's call those guys.
Oh yeah, Ken and Ryu. That's a good. That's a good name.
Is that racist? Am I in trouble? Anyways, those guys. Yeah.
So, yeah, those people were in danger. They sent out the nuts, and they appeared in mysterious places. Like, they seemed to sort of pass through certain objects, but not through others.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they were, like, in an engine, or in a cup, or in someone's... Oh, in a robot.
Oh.
In the robot.
That's right.
Yeah, inside of things.
It was just appeared in that gambler's pocket, and then in Vic Morrow's whiskey.
Right.
Which is very inconvenient. He probably sent that back.
They seem kind of sticky, because sometimes don't they bounce back to them when they get rid of them, or when someone doesn't have it anymore?
They try to throw them away multiple times, and they just reappear somehow, yeah.
Right.
Because they're the chosen ones. Chosen by that flying nut.
Did they know they're the chosen ones?
I don't think it's a much late. Like, after the Princess of Power and her manservant get
talking about
rescued.
Emeralda?
Emeralda?
These are the indigo children.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All of her villagers
planet.
are dressed like the people of the forest from Princess Mononoke. And then the princess herself is dressed all in white, like ceremonial garb the whole time, which is, it's got to chafe after a while, I assume.
It was pretty Princess Leia of her, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it made them look kind of ghostly.
Ooh, well, they are magical.
Yeah.
Maybe they were ghosts the whole time.
Space ghost.
Her dad dies pretty early on,
Coast to
right?
coast.
No, he doesn't die till the end.
Oh,
At-
but
at-
did they tell us somebody
Oh, that
died in
death.
the beginning?
I mean,
princess?
the planet's dying or something like that. No, but I don't think anyone.
The princess and the dad, nobody thinks that any of them died in the
Well,
beginning.
they're just being constantly assaulted by the metal people.
Right. They're in like a real deal battle.
Yeah. Yeah, their planet is has been like drilled out on the inside, turned into their spaceship.
Mm-hmm. Destroyed to the point where they can't even commune with nature anymore or
That's
something.
right.
I think we're adding details to this movie that don't exist.
Right.
Nah, it sounds like a pretty clear narrative to me.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that line? Because it gets said like 4 times.
Are you sure?
You sure?
You sure?
Not even are you sure? You sure?
Well, I mean, when you're the evil bad guy, you definitely have to question your minions.
I'm not going to say it. I mean, it's, whatever. Whoever
sure?
was doing the voiceover was like, he only moves his mouth twice. You can't say anything but you sure.
One of the chosen ones in the speeder or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
turns out to not be such a good person.
Oh, he's not in one of the speeders. He's like somebody that they hang out with afterwards. Like, all 3 of those guys are like Han Solo at the worst parts of Han Solo. Like, we're just in it for the money. We're just in it for the excitement, except for that one guy is literally like, no, I'll just murder somebody. I'm going to make some money. No, he's one of the
He
chosen
is one
ones.
of the chosen ones, right?
He's
Right.
Straight out.
I mean, that's why the princess trusted him. So why did the nut choose him?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to go. I don't. Who else was in the room there? Maybe that was originally supposed to go to the robot, because the robot did end up having one of those nuts, but not till the end of the movie. And I think it was just because they're like, we can't find another character. The robot.
They could have just had one less go out.
Who did Sonny Chiba play in this movie?
That's what I was trying to figure out. Was he the main dude?
Main evil bad guy?
No, the person that was assisting the princess.
Oh.
His character's name is Han too, which is like
Hans.
obviously or Hans. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that you know what? I think he was the guard who was assisting Emeraldia, or whatever you want to pronounce it.
And then
Ugh.
what's What's going on with those other two? The ones that are just like in a ship? The girl and the guy?
The rich white lady who was just wanted to go out into space?
Yeah, she was like on her way to someplace.
It was like a leisure trip?
Yeah, she wanted to go to
Oh.
that casino probably. I think that was what it was.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I guess. I don't know, but they're like, no, we can't pursue those people. They're like, you're not fun. I'm gonna run away.
I think she wanted to collect the space fireflies, guys.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And they turned out to be just ash or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man, floating in space.
Yeah, talk about that for a minute.
I mean, Aaron, you never told me it was so easy.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta put a face mask on and hop out there. Just hop out into space.
All it takes.
Sometimes.
It worked for Princess Leia.
Yeah, that's true, too.
What?
They were in a vacuum.
What are you talking about? Oh, you mean, okay, yeah. Right.
Empire Strikes Back.
I mean, she was kind of not alive during that part. No, what?
Oh, pardon me. I was thinking of something else, but that was the inside of a...
We're thinking of number 8.
No, I got that. I was thinking number 2.
Yeah, I know you were thinking number 2. You mean number 5? Let's get the numbers here straightened out here.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
Anyways, we need another pizza break,
Pizza
so
break.
let's listen
Pizza
to this
break.
music real quick. So what is this movie actually about? Because I don't
Yeah, I think we're trying to
know.
diffuse the elements right now.
Okay.
Figure that out.
Okay.
I think so. So we have a planet in peril.
No.
They release their nuts
Nuts.
into space.
Okay. That's the
And
message.
That's the message.
Message.
And then they send their Princess Leia out to go find the nuts.
Princess Leia is riding in a space pirate ship.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and she has her friend, her fellow companion, Sonny Chiba, we think, with some like some like plants in his head.
Oh, they all have plants, except for her.
She doesn't.
Yeah, she's the one.
But he's got plants in his head.
That's how they knew she was the princess. She was born without plants sticking out of her head.
Was it a male-female thing? Like, do men wear the plants?
No, I think there were some ladies with plants in their head.
Everyone else in their village,
Except the
except for
princess.
her. Yeah.
But her dad did too, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Poor dad.
Mm-hmm.
No. That dad got what he wanted. A glorious ending.
Well, yeah.
Just skip straight to the end.
We'll get there. We'll get there, though. So then, yeah. So they're flying through space. They're getting chased. And then that's when we run into our Evil Knievel guys.
Yeah. 4 of these messages go to assholes. At least 4.
Yeah, the internet.
The internet is full of assholes.
The space is full of assholes, too.
Oh, yeah. I sent a nut out into the internet, and it's just get all these assholes found it.
The whole thing is supposed to be preordained, right? Like, I mean, it's like they're saying that these jerks were meant to be there.
I think what we're supposed to learn from this so far is that even if you're an asshole now, you might end up saving a planet worth of people.
I don't know many assholes that would actually save a planet full of people. Like, have a change of heart. It didn't. That nut had to glow before they realized it was a real thing.
And like sometimes the answer is at the bottom of your glass of alcohol.
And sometimes the answer is after you attempt to kill somebody and sell a woman into sex slavery. Which is what happens in this movie, Aaron.
Yeah, it does happen in this movie. Joel?
That was terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a gambler character, and he's always snappy dressed, but he's also he's always getting in people's faces and trying to cause trouble. And so then the princess and her assistant are like, we need you to come back to our planet and help us. He's like, yeah, all right, I'll show you somebody who can translate the message. Like, okay. So he takes them off.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 2 guys that are her friends know this is happening. So
they're like fully aware?
they're complacent. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
he takes it to
I
this.
thought maybe she just was with someone she shouldn't have trusted for a minute. I didn't realize they knew.
No, they're all scoundrels. He just happens to be the one that'll actually pull the trigger, I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
And yeah, he takes her to some witch's hut and pretends that something's gonna go. Like, oh, you need to go to the caves for the thing. to get the special crystal, get the dilithium crystal
Yeah,
for the warp drive.
The crystal thing.
Mm-hmm. But as soon as they leave, the gambler throws that guy off a cliff.
Yep.
And the princess is like, you're actually going to marry my son, who's a mutant.
It's like a fish creature.
Her son is half Pluto from the planet Pluto.
Right. She had sex with Pluto from the
people
from the Disney movies, and they got a shape of water creature that except for this guy doesn't have rockin' abs or a tight ass, so no, the janitor's not going to fall in love with him.
Yeah.
He probably still eats eggs, though. Anyways, what is wrong with this movie? That wasn't a good thing. Like,
no, it's pretty terrible.
You're not going to earn... That guy's never going to earn my trust back again.
Doesn't he die?
No, he's one of the 8 heroes.
He's welcomed back by them?
Like...
Bygones are bygones, because they need to save the planet, guys.
Well, yeah, because...
There are things larger... Oh, no, I don't want to even say that.
No, say it.
I don't want to say it. No, I don't want to say it.
What were you going to say?
I don't even want to say it.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Bigger than that. Bigger than the anger you might have at the attempted murder.
Sure.
Yeah.
And being married to that weird creature.
I don't know now.
It doesn't work out.
I think he dies like 2 minutes later.
Well, because the metal people show up.
Oh. Our true saviors of this movie?
Yeah. And they use the red lasers, which are bad, and then the blue laser on the princess, which is okay.
Which is the stun laser, because they watched, episode 4.
Yes.
I think we need to tally a count of how many times that song comes on.
I mean, we'd have to watch the movie again, I know. And we don't have time for that. We all have jobs here. I mean, we got things we need to do. Yeah.
I might dedicate some time to counting it.
Oh, okay.
That's red.
And I guess I'll be, out in the coal mines while you're watching Message from Space again, counting music cues.
I stay awake late and you go to sleep early, so I'll just do it when you go to sleep.
I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and be like, what is that sound? Oh, man. Not again. Yeah, I mean, once she gets kidnapped by the metal people, that's when they take her, they kill the hag, but she's not all the way dead. Because that's when they hook her up to the machine.
Half kill her, yeah.
And the evil prince metal dude is like, Earth is perfect for my throne room. I'm gonna go conquer it.
Oh, that's right. They like rip her mind apart, searching through her memories of being an Eskimo or something.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Well, maybe that's what it was.
Dig deeper.
It was actually Pluto because
that makes sense. All right. Yeah, maybe she did grow up on Pluto. No, because she has memories of Earth, though. Like she has Earth and memories.
Just the cold parts
maybe,
of Pluto.
Maybe she did grow up on Pluto, but she remembers seeing Earth from the distance, and that's why they were trying so hard to like laser her brain for that image.
If they zoomed out, they would have seen that she was looking at a television. she was never actually on
postcard.
I think they should have more high-tech devices in this future.
I mean, if we're ripping people's memories apart, they should probably know about Earth to begin with.
Yeah, they should be able to have a way to see it themselves.
They're from a faraway planet, as we established.
I guess that's true.
Zigatron or whatever.
Junica?
Yeah.
Junica.
I'll take a Junica and
yeah.
a Diet Coke.
Would you like that over the rocks, or?
No, that's okay.
All right.
I like it straight.
Okay, straight Junica.
When does this duel happen?
That's not until later because, in the hero's journey story, the hero has to reject the prophecy, has to reject the journey. So we saw Vic Morrow at the casino bar.
He was in outfit number 1.
And
right.
Yeah.
Outfit number 2, actually, right? Because the first one was his dress uniform, but now he's wearing a brown cape.
Right, now
Yeah,
that's his
cape.
retirement clothes.
Yeah, his retirement clothes, yeah.
Or he's just any old weirdo with his
Yeah.
robot companion.
Hey, he sticks up for the robot. He believes in their rights, Joel.
I mean, you were saying the funeral is for his robot friend.
That's right. But the thing is his new robot companion acknowledges, like, that he believes in the rights of robots.
I see.
So Vic Morrow's character isn't a bad guy. I just think he was done with the military complex.
Right, he was done with those bigots who
That's right.
don't know that how good a robot lover could be. Just give it a chance.
There is some subcontext there that, we're discussing now.
Well, especially that part where the robot's arm gets blown off. He's like, "Oh no, I can't do anything without this arm." And then Vic Morrow's like, "We'll figure it out."
Oh, no.
Or did I misread that scene? So we got four bastards here. Vic Morrow doesn't seem like he wants to go along. We got there's two goofballs. There's the murderer, and there's the rich lady.
Yeah, these are our heroes.
What a
Joel.
band of heroes we've got.
And nobody's got a glowing nut yet until I think
Morrow.
it starts to happen. They start to get the glowing
Morrow
on.
was the first one, man.
Well, it's glowing in his cup when he's back.
Yes, sir.
When he decides to, they enlist him to be their delegate
I think so, man.
to the warships or whatever.
Yep.
I see. There's a lot of movie, but not a lot going on.
Yeah, I could see where you're coming from there. And, like, do you guys remember the moment when, like, Evel Knievel #1 and Evel Knievel #2 were, like, washing dishes, and they had, like, really cool aprons on?
And was that this at
Like
the casino? They didn't have money or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I
One of the aprons was, like, a wanted poster.
yes. It was like they just got one from the store.
Custom print. One of them said, "Kiss me, I'm Irish." I don't know.
Yes.
No. Oh.
I do think it's an entertaining movie though, because like we've watched some where I've just fallen asleep, like because it's not holding my attention enough. So
There's a lot going on in this movie, and I think
Yeah.
maybe that's what 9-year-old me was, like, all about.
yeah,
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
I probably obviously didn't understand the subtext of selling a woman into some type of sexual slavery that was occurring.
No, that's fine.
Marry my
they're
son.
selling someone out and
I
selling
bought you.
someone out.
Yeah, she's like, here's my son. Like, no, this isn't an important moment. Okay. See, I want to get to my favorite character,
Okay.
but I'm not exactly sure when it happens, but I think it's the two rogues and the girl end up crash landing on Jupiter
Oh,
or
yeah.
Mars.
No. It was definitely,
Is one of those two.
it could have been Mars.
Because
I thought it was Jupiter,
red,
though.
but I think they said Jupiter.
I think it's Jupiter, yeah.
But they're just like out there in the hidden fortress, in the valleys there, and all of a sudden, out comes a man on a horse, and this is actually Prince. I don't know what his name is, but I'm like, hey, finally, some guy who's not, who hasn't killed somebody just to see the blood splash on the floor. Anyway,
Yes, our true good character.
Space Horse. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah, Space Horses, yep.
I mean, that's a thing, I guess.
Well, sometimes when you're in those mighty plains of Jupiter, you need to ride that horse.
We've had this discussion. I just realized when we did the Ewok movie, the
Space Horses!
There's a
Yes.
space unicorn even. It was
Oh, it was a space unicorn!
yeah.
Whoa.
And there were space
Blowing
chickens.
My mind.
There were space chickens.
It doesn't make any sense.
I think there was more than one movie with space chickens that we watched.
Chickens are just
Did they have them in I'm gonna confuse myself.
I don't know. Chickens are the most advanced species. They've actually had spacefaring technology for centuries.
They're the most important part of our culture.
That's why chickens
It's
are
true.
always like giggle to themselves whenever we say they can't fly. They're like, they have no idea. I can fly anywhere I want. Anyways,
I mean, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide, it's mice. than dolphins. Chickens, I'm sure.
That was written by a British person.
So?
I don't know.
How many space movies have you seen with chickens in them? Listeners, write in.
Yeah.
Right in
about your
today.
space chickens.
Hyper Hero Man at no. Anyways, yeah.
Okay, so we're discussing Joel's favorite character.
I mean, there's nothing else to say about him except for at least he's a hero.
Yeah, no, I mean, he took him in. I think they made like a little fire pit, and they shared some stories, regaled some stories.
Right.
Until someone with the spaceship showed up.
Yeah.
The rich lady, right? Was that the one who showed up?
Or was yes.
Okay.
No, I think she was one of the
Is she the one who tied them all together at the end there? Because she went and got the two dudes to connect their spaceships all together.
Oh, their spaceships were connecting to her, whatever, her Millennium Falcon knockoff.
Yeah.
Her
which I don't technically
decade.
I don't even know if that's her ship to begin with. I think she just kind of...
She won it in a game of Sabacc. Is that what it's called? Nerds write in today.
Yeah, I think you're right, Joel.
I think
she won it from Lando.
Rando Balrusi.
Rando. Also into robots.
There's no
Rando.
There's no people of color in this movie. No, wait, there's full of Asian people. Never mind, don't listen to me. Oh, God, help me. Listen, it's been like a month.
Well,
it's been a crazy month.
Hey,
we've watched this movie 17 times, and we still can't remember it.
That's that commercial we watched 17 times.
Oh, yeah. I'll put that commercial. It's important that people see jiggly bee butts. Chinese, a beautiful Chinese song. Okay, so Vic Morrow does go up there representing, right?
Yeah.
And I believe they still have the princess up there.
They captured the princess. Our heroes got together finally, and they got near Earth.
Right.
They're orbiting Earth now. They've taken the planet spaceship, and they've flown it to Earth.
As soon as they get around that moon.
There's an old lady with a mechanical wheelchair in there.
It doesn't really do anything except for...
just wheels around.
Just like, hey, you should go do this. She's like, you're right, mother. No, wait.
That guy, his life is encroached on by that lady in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
All the time. Everything she's got to weigh in on.
It's true.
When is he ever going to be free? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, pretty soon, actually. Or he might be dead after that. Oh, so he'll be free.
He definitely dies before her.
Oh, dang, you're right.
Because we never see her. And then, spoiler, the whole ship and planet blow up. So, I guess, goodbye, Mom.
Yep.
Grandma.
Yeah, we definitely don't see her die or get out of an escape pod, you're right.
Yeah, she
has off-screen death.
I think Vic Morrow's chasing after her, and she gets behied this gate that closes. Right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
that death-defying jump in the wheelchair through the...
It should have been. She should have drove directly into one of the pit, like in Big Trouble in Little China, when the wheelchair almost goes down.
Yeah.
You could probably fly. I don't know.
There were some parts with the metal people, especially, that I was reminded of Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same company. I think the Toei owns the what are they called in Japan? The Power Rangers, aren't they? Sentai, not senpai. Sentai. Yeah.
Sentai notice
Sentai.
Notice me.
The hentai Sentai people. They're jiggly bee butts. So I mean, it's probably just probably stuff right off the off the props.
Just view the notes, listener. You'll see.
Okay, so eventually get the adventurers together. The rest of so we got Vic Morrow, we got the four assholes, we've got the prince, we've got the robot, and guess what? The manservant with the leaves that has been around the whole time. He decides to double cross everybody at the end of the movie, but it turns out he's actually one of the heroes, so that nut didn't even need to go anywhere.
That's right. That nut totally could have just
that
ended
didn't
up.
even need to go anywhere.
This one didn't leave at all. I think it's broken.
Didn't even. I don't know why I'm doing this.
It flew across the universe just to end up
Just
back in.
Factoid. Just a little side story there.
It's like the person waiting for the Uber and seeing it like go from 5 minutes to 20
Way
minutes.
far away.
Yeah. That's what happened with that nut. You gotta get better GPS. Okay. So there's a part where I think our heroes are in the like room with the staircases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we've seen the prince in that room before, and he's just a normal sized man, but for some reason he appears before them and he's just a gigantic
hologram.
That was, you can't describe it because like when it happens, you're just not expecting it. Like, what?
It's a pretty amazing shot, but I'm pretty sure being huge and menacing, I think he still says, "Are you sure?"
You sure?
Yeah, you sure? Which totally kind of takes away from his majesty there. Are you sure?
I guess it's supposed to be like the emperor?
Yeah. I got the feeling he was supposed to be the big bad dude.
Yeah. Well, now I'm trying to remember. Is there the emperor in A New Hope?
No. He's supposed to be the Darth Vader parody, though.
He's just projected large.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he's Princess Leia being out of R2. That's why I was a little like General Kenobi.
Oh.
It's a mix-up. It's a remix.
Remix.
They took some ideas, wrote them down on a pad, and they were like, "You've got to plug this in somewhere in the story."
What if I was really big in this scene? I've been working on a thing. It makes me look big.
The special effects seem really low budget in some places, and then in other places there's so many actors, there's so many, like, people doing flips and, like, people in costumes that look metal, and, like, it seems like it's kind of, maybe the budget was just, a little lopsided in some places of the movie, but...
Yeah, that throne room was such an amazing set with all those, like, amazing space paintings behind that like that glass window and like
I think the difference between this and like Star Wars production is that where Lucas and company spent months and months working on all the miniature, all the special effects and everything like that, they kind of like slapdash this together, and they do a pretty good job because there's tons of miniature work that doesn't look terrible. I mean, it looks like miniatures, where in Star Wars, you almost feel like you're looking at a spaceship, which is awesome. But it's like the matter of like how much time and effort that they put in. Like, we gotta rush this out. The biggest movie you've ever saw on screen. Or whatever it said in that commercial.
Yeah.
Anyways, another reason the prince is my favorite character is because he's the one who takes out the bad guy at the end.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, well, okay, well, I'll take it. Because it's not like he was like, he's my sworn enemy, and I have dedicated myself to killing him.
No, fate just put him in that spot to be the sword fighter.
It's like, does anyone else know how to use a sword? No, just him. Oh, okay, he's good. He's good. Take out the prince.
Yeah, they have limited resources, and they're pooling them, I guess, to try and figure out what they can do. But the scene that left the most impression on me was the duel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know why that was such a big deal, but something about everybody being in uniform and this guy calling him out, like, it was just kind of, all of a sudden I was like, where are we?
Yeah.
It was like he wanted to impress his character onto that other guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, he did take a stand, and I would say that's a recurring thing for that character in this movie, is that he takes a stand on what he thinks matters, okay? He has character.
Yep.
And he's gonna take a stand on things that he cares about.
He's a very honorable man.
Yes.
Yeah, and he honors robots too.
Yes.
That's right. He believes in robot rights.
Yep.
But this chicken shoots him in the back.
I know.
Space chicken.
Does he slap him with a glove?
No, you mean
he threw a glove
he
at him?
threw the glove
He threw a
to
glove.
be like, yeah, this
We're
is how
fighting.
we say we're gonna duel.
So they only charge up the space
It's got a
guns
single fire.
for one fire.
Mhm.
And he doesn't shoot the guy, but the other guy is so mad at him, his boss.
He
or
shoots him
whatever,
100
he
times.
kills him anyway.
Blam, 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 blam,
his,
blam,
guns,
blam.
his guns charged a lot.
He's got this is in case neither of you shot him.
I think you're right, Sarah. This probably is one of the most memorable scenes in the movie, though. Just like everyone standing at attention.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot riding on this scene.
It's almost ceremonial.
Oh
like,
yeah, it definitely is.
Like, it reminds me of the end of, like, Star Wars movie. Like,
Yeah.
like, they're like, we have to have a ceremony scene where there's a bunch of people, like,
Oh, yeah.
dressed up. But,
The great American tradition of dueling.
I mean, are you supposed to come away from this thinking he's the most important person in the movie?
Ooh, Vic Morrow? I thought the princess was the
Yeah.
most important, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Maybe they were undecided about what the main storyline was going to be or something. I don't know.
We'll have to tally up how many times somebody had a French horn playing,
Yes.
and then that's how we'll know
Oh, who's the most
the most
important?
important
Okay,
character.
rank them by French.
Divide
by
that
French
by
horn.
3. No.
I think it was either
Get the code.
it was either the blonde scoundrel because he kept having
Oh.
moments like his didn't light up and he was like, I'm never gonna make it.
Didn't he like throw it out the window too? At one
Yeah.
point?
Like, nobody loves me. And he had that dream sequence is like, cause you're in love with the princess. What? And that comes to nothing because
Yeah, I know. I love the princess, but I sold her into sex slavery.
oh no.
Man.
Maybe
be
he's
my-
feeling a little conflicted about that.
I mean, he's got a conscience all of a sudden, yeah. I guess he should have thought of that before they killed that guy.
I know.
He
They're
was
kind of
covered in bandages the rest of the movie.
a lot of non sequiturs. When you describe it this way, it makes it sound like a really serious movie. You know, like when you're
Yeah.
watching it, it feels kind of silly and fun and crazy.
Yeah.
But when you describe like the things that are happening in the movie, it sounds super dramatic. Like all these people during a war where like you can't trust anyone and they're doing what they need to survive, and like there's like a huge power that's trying to kill everyone, and like I don't know, it just sounds like way serious, but when you watch it it's like space goofiness and
Well, I think
like
part of it, not to interrupt you,
Oh,
I
it's okay.
apologize. I was going to say part of it is that the listener cannot hear the swinging 60s pop beats that are hitting us at certain points in the movie.
I mean, I don't even remember.
I think it was on the spaceship.
Yeah.
Or the rich white lady's spaceship. There was some
Yeah.
some
She
60s
was having a
swinging.
good time. It was 1979. She just got out of the 60s. So
Yeah.
Oh, there
Or
was
maybe it just some beach. Some
there
beach
was
music.
that one song that was like
The French horn.
How could I forget?
no, oh that's right. There was like a bunch of beach style
Yeah.
music. Now I'm remembering like they're like on the desert planet and like yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like Louie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
The beginning of Splash.
It's an original piece of cinema.
Oh, and then yeah, definitely that conflicted Evil Knievel guy having that dream about running up to the ship and having all the evil armada being there and stuff. Yeah.
Like, what if we killed the princess? Oh, I love you. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it really does just feel like an afterthought, like they hadn't figured out, like you said, Sarah. They were just going like, well, which actor do we have for the
A
longest?
central figure, yeah.
This American dude is not charismatic enough to actually carry the movie, so he's not actually going to be the Luke Skywalker. I mean, there's not really a Luke Skywalker in this thing.
I think it was implied that he or the other Evil Knievel pilot were going to probably take that role. One of them would be the Han, one would be the Luke. But then they ended up all just being scoundrels. So.
Yeah, they're just all
I don't know.
they're all Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, they all
Right.
making that quick buck.
Oh, see the princess.
You're
Sell
a
the princess.
in a world of only Jabba the Hutt, in a galaxy with only Jabba the Hutts around.
What is the movie we watched with David DeRoy that was also a cheapy space one?
That was
Space Mutiny? Is that what it was called? No. Anyway, it's a previous episode. Go look it up. That movie had a sense of humor about itself. Like, it was a little cheeky, like, even like characters look at the camera or something like that. And this one had, like you were saying about the seriousness of the tone, that it, like, even something like Power Rangers has a seriousness that's like, these are people in costumes fighting people in monster costumes, but it's like, whoa, end of the world, whoa, kind of thing. And that's the attitude this movie has, like not really having too much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little goofiness to it, but I don't think all of it's intentional.
Yeah, like,
some of it's goofy without really meaning to be.
and they thought it was going to be cool.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Well, I think, like I said, it's still an entertaining movie. We've seen a lot worse.
I think this is a relatively famous Star Wars knockoff, too, when it comes to Star Wars knockoffs. It's like this one and Battle Beyond the Stars, which is Star Wars and Seventh Samurai. And then, I can't think of the other ones off the top of my head, but there are a bunch of other ones that are just trying to cash in at that time period. Are you still looking for that episode, Aaron?
Maybe.
Or are you taking a nap?
I don't
I ain't taking
remember
a
where
nap.
I put my phone, or I would look too.
Your phone, I threw it in the trash. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We don't need phones where we're going. The future. What? Don't play with that lighter. No, don't light the microphone on fire. What are you, that one comedian that I can't think of? Anyway.
A comedian?
Comedian
An
lights
arson?
things on fire.
I don't know.
She's the fire starter.
No. Aaron?
What? I was trying to look up the movie, Joel.
I mean, the end of this movie,
Yes.
we have a big battle.
We got a big Star Wars battle.
The only one who gets injured is the robot.
Well, but that was his role. That's why the nut went to him.
The robot is the hero.
Yep.
He was the Luke Skywalker because he loses a hand.
Yeah,
Oh.
he was so good too throughout.
Mhm.
Right.
He never did anything to betray them.
Nope.
No.
He was always bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
He had that laser musket.
Oh, yeah. Defender of the universe.
Yep.
That was a prop from the old lady's house. She had those muskets on her wall.
That's right.
So how did they get it? Huh?
Well, it's just a space infantry.
I think that was...
Space wood.
I think it was the robot's child. It wasn't actually from Pluto.
Oh.
It was just a mutant child.
Robot.
The spawn of robot and weird-looking
human
old lady.
interaction.
Yeah.
All right.
I've just made this movie more interesting.
You did. It's kind of a bit of a Game of Thrones kind of feel to it now.
But you were talking about in the beginning that the dad, you thought he might have died early on. But this is when we get his glorious death. Because at one point, it turns out that the metal people's spaceships are like in the planet, right? And they like tear out of the planet.
Yeah,
and also bring the planet along with it.
that's right.
And then as everything's going to hell, the planet and the spaceships all start blowing up, and they're like, there's not enough room. And the old man's like, I'll stay here. I'm like, what? No, we can figure something out. No, I'm tired.
Yeah, he commits planet suicide or whatever.
Yeah, he was ready to go down with the ship. Maybe it was like that. Maybe he felt like the captain and he had to go down.
That's true.
It could have been like one of those like noble moments and stuff like that, because he does say like, I'm going to stay here. Like, this is my home planet. I'm going to be with it till the end. And then as they're pulling away, we see him like throw up his arms as he falls into the crevice of the earth.
Yeah.
Ah! Like, wait, no.
No, don't.
I actually don't want to die.
I don't want
I changed my mind.
to
Yeah, brutal.
I thought you guys would figure something out.
die. He just stoically just
Yeah.
been there like, yep, bye guys.
Save me, Vic Morrow. No, he got toasted. That's it. That's the movie.
Yeah.
In a walnut shell.
Pretty much.
Yep, in a magic nut.
In a glowing...
Yeah. Oh, I think your French horn's out of tune.
No, you're right. I'll adjust it.
Anyway.
What was your favorite part of this movie? Or favorite thing in it?
I like the sword fight at the end between the prince and the bad guy. Now, because they go at it for, a minute. It's probably only like 2 minutes at the most, and then he like throws the guy out the window. The evil guy gets thrown out the window, which is great.
My favorite parts of this movie are the said sword fight that Joel just mentioned, the duel that you mentioned earlier, Sarah, and Vic Morrow's outfits.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my favorite part's the costumes on everybody and the hairdos.
Oh, yeah.
And the leaf crowns.
Yeah. Yeah, we need more space civilizations with leaf crowns.
I love leaf crowns.
Nothing says you're part of some mystical organization like a leaf crown.
And aprons. Leaf crowns and aprons.
Oh, yeah. We definitely need some off weird print aprons.
They seemed a little culty to me.
But the leaf people? Well, they were supposed to be, I don't know, like primitive or not even, that's not the word, like a tribe or something like that.
Well, I kind of got the feeling like
they probably were a cult.
Like the people from Godzilla films who worship Mothra.
No, they were just all
ancient tribe. The ancient tribe
lived in the trees and drank their own urine. That's what
well, they did it, or maybe they did.
Have a little pee.
We'll go back to worshiping the giant moth.
Pee. Who do you recommend watches this movie besides Scott Patz?
I might recommend it to kids.
See, I feel like if I saw this as a kid, I would have been bored. Because I know all kinds of things are going on, but especially nowadays, it just...
You're saying it doesn't compare to media of now time?
It's no
Fortnite?
It's no Fortnite.
It's no Fortnite.
It's no Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Too antiquated.
It's no Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, you're right.
Which is a great movie. What was that sound?
Oh, no.
You don't agree?
No.
Controversial. Controversial.
No, I was just going to say, I'd still show it to a kid.
Aaron hates women and men. Wait, that's all of them. Wait,
Aaron
no, it isn't all of them. He hates... That's only 2 of the genders. There's like 18.
Oh.
You're fine. That's what I'm saying. So you would show this to a kid?
Yes, I would.
A kid you like or one you hate?
Either.
Okay, well, that's nice.
I don't think Aaron hates that many kids.
I don't.
He's been working at a comic book shop for like a decade. I think he hates a few kids.
I'm going to leave that comment in the air. No response.
Little Billy, we're talking to you.
Oh no. All I'm going to say is, I know where you're at, Kazoo Kid.
Oh.
I know
crap.
I know where you sleep.
So who, Sarah? You gonna show this to your mom?
No, my mom wouldn't sit still for this, I don't think.
Well, it's not a sci-fi movie, so.
I think she would get maybe a little perturbed with, like you were saying, the little side notes that they take in this. I mean, my parents don't even like to watch like a non-linear storyline movie. If it's a little bit too wackadoodle, I think that they don't like it.
It's my favorite genre. Wackadoodle.
It's a new channel you can get on your Fire Stick.
I think this would be a fun movie to like hang out with people and make fun of. I'm not sure. Like, it's interesting. Like, we watched Latitude Zero, another one that you recommended, Aaron.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I'd much rather watch Latitude Zero over this one.
Okay.
Like,
but you're all about under the ocean utopian societies with ladies wearing pretty much nothing, right?
Oh, when you put it that way, I mean, why would I even bother to watch anything else? Let's watch Latitude Zero right now.
Right,
Jeez,
cool.
guys. Okay.
And you're all about mad scientists that are sewing things together to be evil creatures.
You're just painting the perfect movie, which already exists.
You're right.
Is that on Blu-ray? I gotta buy that. Anyways, yeah, it's an okay movie. It didn't hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about outro stuff. You guys talk about think of a lesson.
Thank you for picking this one, Aaron.
Oh, sure.
It was entertaining.
Thanks for watching with me, guys.
You're welcome, Aaron. It's your birthday present. Woo. For the next 5 years.
Rad.
Rad to the extreme. Outro stuff. You guys think of a lesson that you learned from... Do you guys even want to do lessons anymore? Is this like... Do we have fun doing lessons?
I do.
The concept of not doing them never even crossed my mind.
Okay,
Me neither.
I don't know. I want to know if there's any spicing up ideas that you guys have. I want to have an open ear to the contents of the show.
I want to keep it fresh.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, listener, if you want to write into us with any suggestions or comments or pictures that you drew of sexy space pirates, just write into pleasedon'tpodcast@gmail.com or message us on Facebook, facebook.com/PDSMiOS. If you have the time or inclination, we'd appreciate if you left us a rating on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, whatever you want to call it. And if you, let's see, I guess this is as good a time as any. We're not a part of Air Trumpet Audio anymore, but it's not because we left. It's because Air Trumpet Audio basically dissolved. So
we miss you.
We are free agents, and we could say whatever we want now. Baba Booey, Baba Booey. You guys have anything controversial to say?
Can I get a definition of that, Baba Booey?
It's a Howard Stern thing. I've never listened to Howard Stern. But
you fool me.
I hear people say that.
Oh.
From like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks to who drew our thing? That guy? Jed Dowtree. Thanks to Jed Dowtree for our podcast logo. Thanks to David DeRoy for the theme music. And thank you, listeners, for sticking with us through our difficult times. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Oh, Joel just gave you a kiss, listener.
I was actually kissing this watermelon. It's so delicious.
Oh. I should have noticed that watermelon.
This is called object work. Sarah. Aaron.
Hi, Joel.
Did you learn any lessons from Message from Space?
Yeah. What I learned is if you want to leave a good impression, say you're a metal-skinned race, not from Uranus, but from Juniper or whatever, Jujuplex, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Jujubee.
And you want to make an impression on a planet that you want to steal all the resources from. Get your planet all up close near it, your planet ship, and then you need to blow up their moon. Just go blow it up.
Oh, I forgot about it because I was in the kitchen when that happened.
Yeah, you missed out
on it.
And
I was like, oh, it's like Piccolo, Dragon Ball Z. And you're like, Piccolo did that? I'm like, yeah. That was a true story, guys. That was like you were there, listeners.
Step by step.
That's how we riff
play by play.
when we're just watching the movie.
I was making soda in the Soda Stream. That's what I was doing.
Product placement for Soda Stream.
For the soda.
Oh, you're very welcome. Sarah, do you have a lesson?
My lesson is, even if one of your magical walnuts or acorns, whatever they are, goes to somebody, doesn't mean that they won't sell you out to somebody and, maybe get you killed or married or something against your will. And, my other lesson is if your dad says he's okay to die, don't believe him. Get him on the ship.
That's a real good lesson.
You'd strap him to the... Put one of those masks on him, strap him to the top.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you can survive in space.
You can survive in space.
Jeez.
Then you can take your kids, space firefly hunting.
Yeah, she's going to end up with a prince at the end, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's going to be some cute babies that he's never going to get to see. Or maybe he's like a Force ghost. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how it works. My lesson is that if you should always look at your drink before you drink. Don't just pick something off the table without looking and put it to your lips. Not only because somebody might slip some ecstasy in there, but you might have like a nut-sized message from space, and that would be a huge choking hazard. That's a huge choking hazard. Now that I think about it, they tried to kill those 2 pilots by putting it in their engine. They tried to kill Vic Morrow by putting it into his drink.
Are you
Try to break a robot.
Oh, yeah. Put inside that robot, in his flesh. His sweet, sweet robot flesh.
Sometimes our destiny will kill us.
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
You might think you're metal, but there's an entire planet of metal people.
That's pretty good. That's pretty rad. That's pretty rad.
That's one of those memes is like, you're not a true metalhead unless you can name this band and just show all those...
Nice.
Yeah.
Those guys, yeah. Oh, man. We'll see you next week, folks. Wait, should I say next week? We'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
See, aren't you sad that they didn't make a Deep Space Nine movie now? Because just imagine the magnificence of Ferengis on the big screen.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of bummed.
I mean,
We're not seeing any Frankies on the big screen.
that's a pretty big loss. Because I doubt they're going to be in any of the new series, but people hate the Ferengis.
I don't know. We're getting Picard back.
Oh, that's true.
I'm just saying. I know we're getting Q as well, but
We are? I don't want any John Delancey.
we're getting him.
I mean, I want John Delancey to come over and hang out at the house. I don't want him on the show because
No.
I don't like you.
Nah, we're getting some more Q.
Oh, great.
Is it just Q and Picard on a bench?
It's like waiting for Godot.
No, I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried that all this Picard news is just going to be. It's going to be like Agent Cooper. all over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
I'm worried.
Let's hope not.
I'm
Let's
worried.
hope not.
He's going to be stuck in the whatchamacallit room.
Nexus of realities.
No, I was going to say he's stuck in like a Sherlock Holmes thing or
Oh
something.
yeah, on the holodeck he's fighting
And
Moriarty.
then the last episode
For
he
12
finally gets out and
episodes.
he's like, I'll save the Enterprise.
Oh my gosh, the Mark Twain. that
Oh.
edit, somebody did.
Oh, there.
I was explaining some of those Star Trek edits to a friend, and he was like, "Yeah, send me some of those." And I sent him that one, along with some other ones. He hasn't talked to me yet about him. I'm a little.
Oh,
I think maybe it wasn't a connection. as
That
far
one
as-
is
Have you
so
seen your friend
funny.
since then?
No, I haven't
Oh,
actually.
I think he died
Oh no,
from laughing so hard.
I hope so.
I mean, you know the term busting a gut?
I mean, that Mark Twain one killed me.
Yeah. Oh.
too. Oh my gosh.
Like the scene where he jumps through the portal to the ship or whatever. Yeah,
Oh, man.
and the look on Riker's face, just too good.
Well, that's the episode, guys. It was good. Good episode.
In this episode, we review a clip on YouTube.